Hello learners, this is Habeeba with Excelwithme. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. Let's start today's class, that is educational research, and that topic is research needs in different subjects. Already we have done about the meaning, nature, scope, characteristics. Now we are going to do about the need in different subjects. First, let's recapitulate once again about educational research here. The education discipline has a broad spectrum and subsumes almost all the disciplines. Obviously, education is a vast discipline. It has broad scope of including so many things. It's a dynamic concept, education. So we can include so many disciplines in it. That's why the scope of educational research is not confined strictly to the field of education only, but it cut across various disciplines, and that's why often educational research is called interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary. Two disciplines can be merged in one, or so many disciplines can be merged and we can work upon, we can take the research problem. That's why we call it as multidisciplinary. Education with psychology, sociology, philosophy, so many disciplines can be interlinked here. Now let's start with the research needs in different subjects. Research is a gateway to finding opportunities, obviously we all know, then promotes sharing of variable information, nourishment for the mind, leads to better understanding of issues. Through research, more success is possible. Obviously, again, if any problem is there, we find out the solution. Everybody can't be satisfied with that solution. In their own way, they want to search again to find the solution. So there is a scope of so much perfect knowledge that will lead because of this research. Then opens new doors of opportunities. Obviously, each and every person has their unique identifications. So according to their ability and interest, they find out. So new doorsteps of opportunities will be open. Now builds knowledge and makes learning more efficient, obviously. Then basis for innovation, that's true. Then capacity building. Obviously, the capacity building is also possible through this educational research. Now let's start with the need of this educational research in different subjects here. Now first one we count is educational philosophy. Education is drawing out the knowledge, getting the knowledge or information. Philosophy is love for wisdom. That is, whatever knowledge related to we want to gain to utmost peak of knowledge through this philosophy. That is love for wisdom, more knowledge we want to seek. Now deals with the search for truth or knowledge, obviously. Then researchers in the field of educational philosophy try to reinvestigate the relevance of their thoughts or knowledge in contemporary times and how far it is relevant in present educational settings. So many philosophers, they have brought Aristotle, Socrates, so many philosophers, they have got their own ideas and they showed their perceptions. Taking the help of those theories, now in the contemporary, in the modern world, people want to find out the new things related to present era. So there is a scope of understanding and comparative study also. We can do what had happened earlier and now what is the possible solution for those situations. So present educational settings, they work upon this educational philosophy. Next one is educational sociology. Education already drawing out the best knowledge or information. Sociology is studying pertaining to now. Now both together they work how? Deals with society or communities and their interrelationships. So many researchers have inquisitiveness to understand about the maybe tribal areas, or our country is diverse country. So many cultures and things are there. So they wanted to know about more about those things. Then they can do this educational sociology topics, or they can take the problems of those communities. The educational institutions represent miniature societies. Obviously, in a school also, so we can call as miniature society. Diverse people come to the institution for their studies. Therefore, to study children or learners and their socialization process in their context with peer groups, teachers and others within and outside the school or educational institutional settings comes in it. This area is vast. So we can work in this educational sociology, searching for more and more accurate solutions to the problems. Then educational sociology deals with educational problems of specific communities like SC, ST, minorities, women, vice versa, the social cultural environment of educational institutions. So it also deals with group dynamics of different social groups also. This is also very important. Vast knowledge we can gain related to the communities, different communities. What are the group dynamics also we can differentiate here. Then the third one is educational psychology. This is very important. Knowing about the behavior, connecting with the education, learning behavior maybe of the learners. Psychology is the study of behavior. Education, in applying the study of behavior in education. Researches are done predominantly on the teaching learning process and its associated concepts to understand the problems of students, teachers and others in the field of learning scientifically. So it includes cognition, thinking and learning, individual differences concerning intelligence, personality, attitudes, aptitudes, motivation, etc. So many areas we can cover in this psychology, taking the review of the literature of the theories given by the psychologists also here. The fourth one is teacher education. Now, educational research deals with problems of teachers, that is pre-service and in-service, related to the field of professional development, continuing education, capacity building, teaching learning process, technology-enabled teaching, along with issues related to personal, social and professional roles are studied scientifically. For example, if I want to take the study behavior of the teacher trainees. So teacher trainees might have so many issues related to maybe micro teaching, macro teaching, or the learning of the subjects in different semesters. So that I can take the issues related to the teacher education here, maybe pre-service or in-service. Large scope is there of solving the problems related to teacher education through educational research. Now the next fifth one is educational technology. This is the apt subject now to compare with the old and modern studies, contemporary world. In recent years, technology has invaded the life of the common man and made it easier for them to do things quickly and efficiently in virtual space. What am I doing here? This is the best example, using of technology. Earlier, these MEd students or maybe SET, NET students, we did not have that much scope to understand from the taking the books from the library, so much effort we used to do. Now, open the phone, click on the YouTube and you will get n number of lessons, whatever you want, sitting at your home. That is technology, development of technology. So here also so many issues can arise. To search for the solution, we can take the technological issues also. It has impacted education and the educational process tremendously has changed here. So we can see previously what had happened because of Corona. Nobody went outside. So what happened? Use of technology was utmost level. Now everything going digital learning everywhere. So educational technology, education connecting with technology, so much progress here. Online learning has become the buzzword, especially after pandemic lists the whole world. Just now I explained what had happened here. Now educational research is going on in the field of techno-pedagogy for reaping the maximum benefits, especially for socio-economically disadvantaged groups also here. So educational research is very important field here. Technopedagogy, that means technology plus method. What method we are using for the benefit of socio-economically disadvantaged groups also here beneficial. We can find out the issues related to that also. Next one is educational evaluation. New ways and means of assessment and evaluation of students are being reached, which would give accurate and comprehensive information about the performance of students within and outside classroom. This evaluation has taken a drastic change. Earlier subject centered, everything subject centered, paper pen relation, but now situation is not like that. Overall development of the learner is important here. Assessment is done apart from evaluation. Evaluation is taking the academics of particular semester, maybe 3 months or 6 months, we take the evaluation of the knowledge of that learner. But now what are we doing here? Assessment is going on continuously through maybe projects or activities or learning based activities or technology or going outside for learning. So many things are happening. So assessment is done throughout the year here. So problems related to this also researchers can work upon. Learning analytics is one of the areas wherein evaluation is used not only to collect information about individual progression in academics, but also to provide adequate feedback about the weak areas. Yes, this is very important point we have to understand, to know about the weak areas so that the students can work upon their weak areas to excel in the forthcoming evaluation. This is the best thing. To get the feedback, evaluation is very important. Now, distance education. Researches have been conducted and integration of conventional and emerging technologies has revolutionized in terms of reach and impact on the learners. Obviously, distance. So many adults or the students who are living in rural or remote areas, they are not able to have the educational facilities because of their access. So in this situation, what happens? Distance education is very important. They can have the learning sitting at home, applying for distance education here. Now here also so many issues arises in distance education. So to work on this, there is a need of educational research, because n number of issues will arise we will not be able to understand. So to work on that, this educational research will help out to bring out the issues related to distance education. Today, student support services coupled with technology have made it possible for online education and support in the form of online pedagogy, implementation of online admission and assessment, including regular or non-demand examination, thus facilitated the students irrespective of their place of work or residence and learning both synchronous and asynchronous ways. So distance education is excellent if we use the resources properly, and also educational research will help us out to bring out the issues related to distance education. Then the comparative education. Researchers are being undertaken to study the education system of other countries or regions and thus help the native countries to improve upon their education systems as per the global or regional standards. So this in turn will help the native country to improve their educational governance. For example, if we take Finland, that's the best developed country in the field of education. 4 years integrated they have started long back. Now we are thinking about. So comparative studies will help us to improve our educational policies and also the programs. So comparative education. Then educational management. Researches are continuously going on, especially related to educational leadership, online examination management systems, using learning management systems, schemes and programs of the welfare of various government so that benefits reach the beneficiaries. So to help policymakers, planners and administrators to make resource allocations and decisions efficiently and effectively. So educational management is also very, very important. What are the learning gaps or the whatever issues related to that we can bring to the policy makers so that changes can be made in the programs. Likewise, we have got NEP 2020. That means so many changes have come. How? Because they have learnt about the issues and the problems related to the educational field. They want to enhance the educational system of the country. So they brought the new policy here. So we come to the end of this session. Hope you like the video. If you like, please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. I'll come up with the next topic in the next class. Until then, thanks for your attention in time. Happy learning.